Andrew? Someone's at the back door. Someone's at the back door.
Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, how's it going? Lost my phone. Oh, I don't know, is it behind here? About around the corner.
Hi, Greg.
Hi Jess, you alright?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, I've got Andrew's cold now.
Yeah, has he given it to you by accident?
I don't think so. I think he did it on purpose.
No.
I know.
Use the spray.
I did use the spray.
Yeah,
the 99.9.
bacteria.
Yeah. Yeah, bacteria and viruses.
Yeah. Excellent. Right, gotta go.
Alright, have a nice day.
Bye.
The back door is so quiet.
Look at all this packaging just for a pen.
Trouble is, if it doesn't have it and it gets damaged...
People will complain. Yeah, that's true.
Because remember that customer who's complaining because she had a damaged pencil crayon?
Yes, I do remember.
A single damaged pencil crayon. Why didn't they just sharpen it again? That's all it needed.
I know.
God, I'm actually getting quite irritated just thinking about that.
Me too. Let's change the subject. Are you ready for your chat with Bryn?
I think so. I don't really need very much.
Don't say anything bad, will you?
Like what?
Just don't be rude, okay?
Andrew, he's a human being, so I'll talk to him the same way I talk to every other human being.
That's what I'm worried about.
It'll be fine.
Okay. Hope it goes well.
Thank you. Right then. Here we go. Hello and welcome to the 5th episode of the Discount Bookshop podcast. My name's Jess and I'll be your host as always. And today we'll be focusing on the new year 2022. Just in case you didn't know what the new year was. So I hope you're sitting down because this is going to be one crazy ride. Today we have someone from head office as our guest. I doubt he's ever listened to the podcast, nor will he ever, but there we go. He's not on until a bit later in the episode, because head office thought that it would encourage you to listen to the end. I don't know why they thought that was an incentive, but there you go. So just as an introduction, I thought I'd read you our guest Bryn Jones's bio from the Discount Bookshop website. Bryn Jones is the Discount Bookshop's 21-year-old head of business development and has been for the last 15 years. 21, that is. Wink, wink. What? So he's 20. So he's oh god, maths. He's 36 then. So he's 36. Why doesn't he just say that? Why can't he just say that? He studied business at university. And his dissertation was called None of My Business, a study into the mind of a business studies student. None of My Business would be a good book title, actually. Anyway, Bryn enjoys walking his Labrador Raymond and water slides, but dislikes dragonflies. They're not dragons or flies, they're liars. Whoa. I mean, to be fair, Bryn, I doubt they chose their own name. Awards include Rising Star at Business Wales Awards, when he was 22. Why did it say awards twice? He was crowned most likely to study business while studying business at university. Okay. And took home the certificate for winning musical statues when he was 6 during a family holiday to Lanzarote. So there we have it. That's all it says. So make of that what you will. I hope that's made you a bit excited about listening to us talk to him later on. So we will speak to him later on in the podcast. So I thought I'd send out an email to staff at the Discount Bookshop to find out if anyone has any fun or interesting New Year's resolutions. It turns out the answer is not really. But I did manage to put a few together, so here we go. I got a response from Billy Watson. Doesn't say what branch he works in or what his job is. But he says that his New Year's resolution is to use his skateboard more. He says that he and his daughter got matching skateboards for Christmas, and whilst his daughter has used hers non-stop and is becoming quite the pro, Billy is yet to take the plunge. Well, Billy, can I just suggest that you invest in some shin and elbow pads and a helmet? I used to have one of those mini skateboards, and it was, not to put you off, but an absolute nightmare. The wheels on my skateboard, my mini one, were just as big as regular skateboards, so that you could get over stones, etc. But the board itself was tiny, which meant that you couldn't actually lean and turn on it. It was too small to sit on, went too fast down hills, and it was literally impossible to slow down by braking. So you just had to either jump off, crash, or, I don't know, slide your feet and ruin your shoes. So I hope you have more luck than I did with your proper skateboard. Anyway, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. Next email is from Lucy Harris, who has another wheel-related resolution. She said, Hi Jess, my New Year's resolution is to use my new wheelie shoes at least twice a week for the whole year. I'm a bit of a couch potato, so I'm hoping this will be fun enough to encourage me to actually do exercise. Thanks, Lucy. P.S. Love the podcast. Well, firstly, thanks, Lucy. I appreciate your support. My God, this cough. Secondly, I also have experience with those shoes that you're on about, and let me tell you, again, not to put you off, but they are a health and safety nightmare. I can't even remember what they're called, but I had them when I was a teenager. They're those shoes that they kind of look like trainers, but they have a gap underneath the heel of the foot where you slot in a wheel. And the idea is that you can roll around and have a good time. And I would say that, yeah, most of the time, Lucy, I was having a good time. The time of my life, even. I could feel the wind in my hair as I rolled through the streets of my hometown. Now, here's the trouble I had, Lucy. And when you try them out, let me know if you encounter this significant design fault. There I was, rolling along without a care in the world. You know, waving at people as I wheeled by, even patting a dog on the head as I rode by. When suddenly, and I mean suddenly, I would roll over the tiniest stone. It would become lodged in the wheel, causing the wheel to jam, and subsequently would send me what can only be described as absolutely flying. Absolutely flying. I mean, I would be going at confident rolling pace, and I reckon my record was probably flying about 5 meters. Now that's a long way, Lucy. Now, of course, I wasn't wearing any protective clothing. Why would I? This product was designed for children, you know, and children fall over and things all the time. Of course, they're clumsy, aren't they? So, you know, but little did I know, I should have done that. So I would say that if you go ahead with using those death traps, Lucy, either use them indoors, because they're okay in things like shopping centres, though you will get told off if you wear it in a shop, or just wear every bit of protective clothing you can find, really. I don't know, do you still have your receipt? I don't know, I can't help but think I'm coming up with solutions for problems that don't exist here. Maybe Billy and Lucy, you could try out your wheeled products together, maybe offer moral support, or literal support so that you don't fall off, or just ignore everything I've said and try it out for yourself. I don't know, I don't know. Well, thanks for emailing in, you two. Hope I haven't put you off. The last person whose email caught my attention was Gail Leonard, who simply said, "Stop emailing me." Stop emailing me. Who simply said, "Stop emailing me." I really appreciated the short and snappy nature of that email. There's no punctuation, no capital letter or anything, so she clearly was in a real rush to tell me that, but also felt like it was important that I should receive that. So, yeah, great. Unfortunately, there's no option for people to unsubscribe from emails from me, and I don't really want to get blocked by people in case I actually need to email them. Part of me thinks that I should reply to Gail to let her know that I'll stop emailing, but then I'll be emailing again, and she told me not to, so it's a bit of a tricky situation, actually. I think I'll leave it for now. I'll have a little think. Now, I'll tell you my New Year's resolution before we hear from Bryn. I've somehow got into a pretty bad habit of... Oh. Andrew! Someone's at the back door. Someone's at the back door.
Oh. Greg?
I'll just wait a minute for them to go.
Oh, no. See? I don't know.
You back again?
Yeah, I'm back again. When did you start recording?
I'm recording now.
Oh, you're recording now?
No, I'm recording now.
Oh, right, sorry about that.
That's alright.
Lost my phone.
Where did you leave it?
Oh, I don't know, I can't find it.
Is it behind the back door?
There it is, Greg. Oh, actually, yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
Bye, Greg.
Bye, Jess. See ya.
Do you think he'll be back again?
Did you know he's got a rescue dog a few months ago?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's called Scoot.
Scoot! Oh.
Right, I'm off again. Bye.
Bye. Anyway, so I've got into a bit of a bad habit of getting up late in the morning before work, because for some reason I'd rather have an extra 5 minutes sleep and then have to run to work. I literally end up running to work so that I'm not late. And not only that, but I even set my iPod up before I start running because, you know, like everyone else, I like to feel like I'm a character in a film with a soundtrack. You know, playing a character who's late to work, and in the process almost being late to work. So, let's just see what I've been listening to recently. Oh yeah, I've been mainly listening to a cast recording of Eagle the Musical, which is about a girl who starts building her own aeroplane. I saw it a few months ago, and it was one of the best shows I've ever seen. I'd highly recommend it if you get a chance. Just scrolling through, there's actually quite a range of music I've been listening to. Some Latin jazz, for example. But it seems that Eagle is the main one at the moment. Anyway, I've decided that enough is enough and I need to stop doing that. Every now and again's okay, but it's turned into some kind of recurring opening credits of a sitcom or something, and it's something I think I need to change. So I'm going to try and leave on time this year, for the whole year, or mostly. I'm going to try to walk to work, not run, and arrive on time. So who knows how I'll get on, but all I can do is try my best. For as long as I can be bothered, anyway. Well, I think the time has come. In case you skipped ahead to this part because you simply couldn't wait to hear what our guest has to say, this month we have a very exciting... Well, we have a guest from from head office. Bryn Jones, who I mentioned earlier, is head of business development and is here to tell us what we can all expect from the Discount Bookshop in 2022. Yesterday, he sent me an email with the subject line, "Exciting new adventures for a forward-thinking company." So I have high hopes for this chat we're about to have. I wonder what exciting things he'll suggest, and will any of them be adventurous? Is this as much of a forward-thinking company as he thinks? There's only one way to find out, so here he is, Bryn Jones. If I can find the thing... Okay, here he is, Bryn Jones. Hello and welcome to the Discount Bookshop podcast, Bryn Jones.
Thank you, Joan.
Jess.
Yes. Sorry, Jess.
Did you say Joan because your surname is Jones?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what I was thinking, but I don't mind telling you that I'm quite the fan
Of Joan?
of you in this podcast.
Really?
Oh yes, this is on non-stop in the head office.
What is?
The book club podcast.
The Discount Bookshop podcast.
Oh, that's it. My apologies.
Sounds like you are quite the fan. And you all like it over in your ivory tower?
What's that?
And you all like it in head office?
Oh yes, we love it. It's what's kept us going through these cold winter work days.
Oh, well, that's nice to hear. I bet it's freezing in that heated office. So, do you have a favourite bit of the podcast?
Well, I mean, I couldn't pick a favourite. That wouldn't be fair on you and all of your hard work, Jess.
Okay. Well, what's one part that stood out to you then?
Oh, come on now, Jess.
Go on.
Well, it's simply not fair.
To who? Come on, I need to know what parts people like and what could be improved to make the podcast better. You must know a lot about that, seeing as you work in business development.
Well,
Just say it, I won't be offended.
we really like the part where you do the book club.
Oh, yeah, the book club part. I'd forgotten about that. Weird, considering I do it at the beginning and end of every episode, don't I?
Yes, they're always so brilliant.
And which books did I recommend last week? God, I can't remember now.
I think it was Summer Breeze by Rachel Rogers.
Crikey, that was a weird recommendation for the winter, wasn't it? I don't know what I was thinking. What was the other one? Because there are always two, aren't there?
Yes, always one at the beginning and one at the end.
It's amazing how quickly I forget the format of this podcast from one show to the next. I don't even remember doing that. So what was the other book?
Well, let's see. Because I read it, actually, after you'd recommended it. Now, what was it?
What was it about?
It was about a ghost, or perhaps two ghosts. I know! It was Blithe Spirit by Noel Coward, one of my favourite Christmas books. I read the whole thing to my children just last night, actually.
Oh, of course! How could I forget that I decided to recommend a play rather than a book? The classic children's Christmas short story, Blithe Spirit.
It was really very good.
Who was your favourite character?
Now, that's a tough one. I'm not sure I can quite remember any of their names now, actually. They seem to have escaped me.
What a surprise.
What's that?
I've never done a book club section, Bryn.
Never?
Never.
I could have sworn.
Never, Bryn. Should we move on?
Yes, please.
So, Bryn, why don't you tell everyone why you're here today?
Who am I talking to?
The people who listen?
Who is it who listens?
Well, clearly not you. Customers and employees of the Discount Bookshop listen to this. It's for everyone.
Right, so it's going out in public.
Did you not know that? I did tell you in the email.
Well...
Okay, you didn't read the email. Great, good. Okay, well, yes, this goes out to the public, so don't say anything private.
Well, in that case... I better just cross out some of the points I was going to say. I have an awful habit of just reading whatever's written down, so I just need to take some time to think about what I'm going to say. Hang on, are you able to just wait a few minutes whilst I do this?
Yes, but I'm leaving this in.
What's that?
I said I'll just sit and play my mandolin.
Oh, okay.
It's not a mandolin. It's a violin, but that didn't rhyme. I've just realised that mandolin and violin do rhyme. Never mind.
Okay. I think I'm ready now. Oh, wow, you really were playing a violin.
Yep, a violin, not a mandolin.
Is that yours?
No, it was in lost property.
Now that would make a good segment.
It's already a segment, Bryn.
Can I start?
Go ahead.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming today. Oh, I forgot to change that. I thought I'd have an audience.
Well, you do, but you can't see them.
Thank you all for listening today, and I'm sure it would be nice to see you as well if I could, but it's fine that I can't. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy that you're all here. Just, should I start again?
No, it's fine.
Really?
Yeah, don't worry. People won't be expecting much from this podcast.
Alright then. Okay. Here at the Discount Bookshop's head office, we have been thinking of what we want to achieve as a company in 2022. Everyone has been working so hard this year to continue the company's achievements. As a result, we, as a company, have made great strides towards new achievements as well as continuing the achievements which we have already made.
Jesus Christ.
If I were to tell you that in December 2021 we achieved a 1% rise in our overall sales figure compared to December 2020, would you be impressed? Because we actually achieved a 1.1% increase, and that is all down to everyone working at the discount bookshop, working as a team. So, well done for that, everybody. We employed an astonishing additional 27 people, which takes the employment rate up 4% from last year to 5%. And it also means that overall, the discount bookshop is now 2% more efficient as a company. So, that's a lot of numbers. But what does that all mean? It means that due to your ABS in stores being at 4.7 on average throughout all stores in the company, and because we have achieved a 3.6% increase on online figures from December 2020 2021, we have been able to give back. We raised £36.72 for one store's local charity, which allowed them to buy clipboards and erasers. They wouldn't have been able to do so if it wasn't for all of your hard work, so well done, everyone. So, what does this mean for 2021? 2022.
Oh my god.
It means that we want to have a bigger, stronger, and more achievements. Yeah. We want to have more achievements in the year. If you believe... No, wait a minute. I've lost where I was now. Hang on. If you believe that you can achieve, then you will be more likely to achieve, and that believing is what we will be doing next year. Does that make sense, Jess?
No.
I don't know about this, Jess. I'm not doing very well.
I don't think that most people understand or really care about statistics, to be honest. Even though they might be impressive to you, you work in business development, so, that's literally your job. I think you just need to speak more from the heart. Only you need to know the statistics, so maybe just tell everyone what they can expect from 2022 in terms of charity fundraisers to look forward to, and what offers and events will be on for customers.
Oh, okay.
I had Alison Damson on the podcast last time, and after we recorded, she was telling me about plans for World Book Day in March, for example.
Oh, yes. On 3rd of March 2022, it will be the 25th anniversary of World Book Day, being celebrated in the UK and Ireland. So we will be celebrating in our bookshops all over the country, with staff dressing up, and customers being encouraged to do so too. We will be having special offers on children's books in store and online, to encourage them to read, and there will also be storytelling events in store.
Yeah, I think in our store we'll be having a storytelling event. We already know what our theme is. It's the books of Rowan Dale, and we know which book we'll be reading, but I'll leave that as a surprise for nearer the time.
Yes, so any customers listening, you can look forward to those events. I think they'll be very fun.
Anything else you can think of?
No statistics?
Preferably not.
Well, we will be refurbishing some stores next year, which we're in need of that. Can't promise how many we'll get to do, but if you are an employee listening and your store is in need, email us and we'll add it to the maintenance list. As well as that, customers can look forward to many more special offers on books and other items in store and online. There will be lots more benefits to having a loyalty card this year, and we will also be having more competitions for staff.
That sounds great.
And no statistics!
I just think that you really don't need to know that stuff. Maybe just tell us important ones, or, if it doesn't mean anything to us, there's no point in telling us,
Yeah, I get that, but... Thanks for this, Jess. I was actually feeling quite nervous about being on the podcast, but you made me feel really welcome.
Well, you are welcome. Any nice people are welcome, and it seems to me you just need to be a bit less nervous and a bit more honest.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I haven't listened to the podcast before, to be honest with you, but I will now. What's it called again?
Oh my god, Bryn. The Discount Bookshop Podcast.
Yes, I'll remember that.
Okay, then. Thanks for coming, Bryn, and I hope that you have a good year.
Thanks, Jess.
Oh, before you go, what are your New Year's resolutions?
To eat more fruit and to listen to this.
What's this?
The Discount Bookshop Podcast.
Correct. Bye, Bryn.
Bye, Jess.
Now, between you and me, listeners, I really hope, as nice as he is, I really hope that he doesn't actually listen, because I do think that if he or anyone else from head office actually listens to the podcast, I won't be allowed to do this podcast anymore, because, well, you know, it's not the best quality, is it? But yeah, I guess time will tell. Also, having now chatted to Bryn, I don't think that he wrote his own bio on the Discount Bookshop website. I have a feeling that someone else may have had some input to try and make it a little bit more maybe exciting and relatable, you know, like they do. Well, we're running out of time and I still have a few bits to get through, so I better just get on with it. So firstly, for those who work at the Discount Bookshop, you may have noticed posters in staff areas promoting a project called 2022 Belongs to You. There's an exclamation mark at the end to get you excited. This, I've been told, is a new way of trying to get us all fit and healthy as we bring in the new year. There are tips to help with mental health, physical health, and more information can be found on their website. What I really want to mention was the section where they give us stretches and exercises, which have been split into ones which can be done at home, on the way to work, at work, and whilst working. Now, that whilst working intrigued me, so I just wanted to take a moment to share with you some of the ways in which they think we could be exercising whilst working. Because let me tell you, when I read that, I was intrigued and excited. So exercise number 1. Whilst standing behind the till, reach both hands above your head as far as you can. Do you feel that stretch? Imagine that you're reaching for an idea which could help your team become more efficient. It genuinely says that. Exercise number 2. Stand up tall, then reach down to your toes. How does that make you feel? Imagine that you're scanning the ground for any stock which is not being worked and may become a trip hazard. It genuinely says that too. And then that one goes on to say, if you do see a hazard while stretching, be sure to log it straight away in the Health and Safety 2022 folder. Exercise can save lives. Now, I think they said that at the end because it rhymes, and I will say that I feel like if you see a hazard while you're stretching, rather than logging it straight away, you should probably get rid of the hazard. For example, if there's something, you know, to trip over that you notice while you're stretching, maybe just move that thing rather than rushing to the Health and Safety 2022 folder to write it in. But anyway, I don't really have time to tell you any more, but if you go onto the website, there are 87 suggested exercises for you to try, just for ones to do whilst working. And just scrolling through them now, I'm sorry to say that I can't share anymore. God, there's a really, really exciting. Oh, do you know what? Just one more. Okay, let me just tell you this one. So exercise number 14. Jog on the spot for 20 seconds. Feel your heart rate increase and your job performance will increase. Now, to me, that sounds like a threat. That makes it sound like if you don't jog on the spot, your job performance will decrease and they might have to think about whether or not it's worth having you on the team. Anyway, I can't recommend reading all 87 of these. They are quite something. Also, I don't think they're very well thought out, because surely if staff are doing that and behind the till or on the shop floor, they'll get all sweaty and gross and have to stay in their uniform for the whole day, which I would say isn't a great look for the company. And let's be honest, staff jumping up and down all around whilst customers browsing in the shop is just a bit bizarre, isn't it? If I went into a shop and saw that, I think I'd walk right back out again. Oh god, we're going to have to do the lost property very quickly. So let me just scan through. Let's see, there's a mobile phone and I can immediately see it belongs to my neighbour Sheila, who I haven't heard from via text or phone for a while because she's taken to buying things in my store instead. Her phone completely broke when she dropped it in a very small amount of snow, which we actually got. Also, you might be interested to know she started magic lessons and got a smoke machine for Christmas, so yeah. There's a violin, a drumstick, as in the implement, not the lolly. There's a wooden spoon, a wooden raccoon, 2 white wellies, a coastal town coaster, a disposable camera which can take 5 more photos, and an A4 piece of paper letting Jeremy Kinsman know that unfortunately he didn't pass his driving theory test. Sorry about that, Jeremy. There's also yet another unidentifiable wallet containing only cash, so I'll send that straight over to you, shall I, Ocean in Customer Services. I'm going to have to rush Employee of the Month this month, so this year's first Employee of the Month is Jane Oliver. Well done, Jane. You probably deserve it. Thanks so much for everyone for your continued support. I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe and send this to a friend if you think they'll like it, and I'll see you next month. Alright, thanks a lot.